Hello, this video is part of my complete Udemy Claude Code Masterclass series. If you want to learn Claude Code from the basics to advanced concepts, I have linked my highest rated Claude Code course in the description. Please check it. In this section, let's look what is the difference between skills and other features in Claude that we have already seen. First, what is skill? Skill is a specialized context-aware intelligence that is applied whenever it is needed. Claude decides when to use a skill, so it's not manually triggered. One of the important features of skills is it is composable. That is, skills can use multiple resource files. We have already seen under the skills we have multiple files like scripts, reference.md or any file we can have or directories which act as a resource for this particular skill. Not only under this directory, you can reference files from any directory in your system. Similarly, you can make use of other / commands as well that is already available. You can invoke inside your skills. Similarly, skills can reference MCP tools as well. We have already seen skills can invoke different scripts. Similarly, it can use any MCP tools that are available in your Claude. So a better use case for using the skills will be for reviewing the code. Because for reviewing a code, you might need multiple files. For example, when you do a front-end review, you might need architectural design, front-end components, whether the components are properly used, and many other files. Similarly, when you do a back-end code review, you might need API documentation and different resource files. We don't have to load all these files into the context. If you create a skill, based on the need, Claude will decide which resource file to use and it can load it into the context. Similarly, we can use for architectural guidance, any workflow that needs multiple resource files, we can use skills. Now check the difference between different features and skills. First, skills versus Claude.md versus hooks. We know skills provide specialized knowledge, whereas Claude.md is a global file which is available in the project and which provides information about the whole project, and it is loaded default into the context always. And we use hooks for triggering some action when a particular event happens. For example, when a file is saved or when a PR is created, we want to send a notification to our Teams channel. Or when Claude expects our input, we need a notification. In such cases, we will be using hooks. So I hope there is no confusion between these three. Let me jump into the next component. Skills versus subagents. Skills are specialized knowledge, whereas subagents are an isolated context. Skills will be loaded in the main conversation itself. When Claude decides to use a skill, it will be loaded in the same context. Whereas subagent is for creating a separate isolated context. For example, when you want to review a PR using some standards, you can create a skill. So any agent that is creating a PR will use this skill. Whereas we use subagents to mainly perform different actions. For example, you can create a subagent to review a code. Parallelly, we can run another subagent which might write the unit test cases or execute the test cases. And each of these subagents is going to have a separate context window. These subagents might use the skills. Let me go to the next one. Skills versus MCP tools. MCP servers provide Claude with access to external tools and data sources. So basically, MCP provides the tools, whereas skills define how to use the available tools. A skill can use multiple tools. Consider MCP tool like a Python code. A skill can reference multiple MCP tool based on the need and it can make use of these tools. Next one is skills versus / commands. This is a little bit overlapping area. So we will use / commands when we want to run a specific repeatable action. For example, you might have a prompt which you might use regularly. Instead of copy pasting this prompt every time, we can create a / command. So basically / command we can use for repeatable actions, a simple repeatable action. Whereas skills we will create for sharing specialized knowledge with Claude. And skills will be triggered by the Claude. Based on the need, Claude will decide which skill to use and it will trigger. But mostly / commands will be manually triggered. As I mentioned, for repeatable actions, we can create / commands and we can manually trigger it. So an example can be for reviewing PR, we can use the skills. We can use / commands for something like deploying. the deployment steps will be same. So you can create a slash command and execute that command. So whenever it is needed, skills can reference different slash commands also. Hope the differences are clear now. In the next section, we will do a hands-on demo on creating a skill and how to use it. If you want to go beyond this and actually build a production level development project completely with AI, check out my full course on Udemy. Definitely, it will be a best investment that you will make this year. Thank you. Happy learning.